Hello and welcome back to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena Championships. This is Season 8, Week 3, Round 1. And I'm going to try and do this as a live commentary so that I can capture my actual feelings on how things are going. This round I am matched up against Sheravine Mushjafarche, which apparently is a semi-common name because my brother is fighting the exact same named person. Well, obviously a different person, but same name, which is weird. I'm in Division 1, he is in Division 3. If you're interested in his videos, there's a link in the description below. So let's look at the matchup for me and Sheravine. So you can see from the overall that I have a lot of the green on my side, but let's take a look at how it breaks down. Alright, so for lifetime stats, I have the advantage on everything. So let's not look at it in terms of numbers. Let's look and see if we can see some trends. If you look at my offensive wins, I have 711 to 260 defense, whereas he has 528 offensive wins to only 87 defense. So to me, that says that he goes more offense heavy than I do. Also, I have 212 undersized wins and he has 159. So it looks to me like he likes to go undersized, and that kind of also bore out when I looked at his GAC history on SWGOH.gg. He does have quite a few clears, so it looks to me that he sets a pretty weak defense and goes pretty hard on offense. When we look at our roster breakdown, you'd see that we're actually super close on GP. I've got a little advantage overall, but he's got the advantage on top 80 and top 65. I only have 4 more Zetas than he does, and I have a little more speed than he does as well. But we have the same amount of G13s, and he's got way more G12s and G11s than me. As far as mods go, we're very similar in terms of how many 6-dot mods. I have a slight speed advantage on the top end and a little more pronounced speed advantage on the lower end of speed. In terms of relics, I have more total relic numbers. We, again, both have the same number of G13s. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the board and see what's going on so far. We've only got a little less than 2 hours left for me to attack. And he has already done some attacks. He has cleared the top area. I put a Night Sister squad up here and he took 2 attacks to clear it. First Order with Hux, cleared that in 1. This Poggle with B2 and Asajj, cleared that in 1. And my Basla, Old Ben, and Asajj, cleared that in 1. I did something different for ships. I unlocked the Malevolence. It was only 84, level 84 when lock happened. But I figured I was only going to be putting Tarkin in here with bugs anyway, so why not sub in Malevolence? Maybe steal a couple more banners. I don't know if it did or not. I'll have to look on the history. I did get 2 of my reinforcements out though, so hopefully it stole some banners, or at least did better than a Tarkin fleet. On the bottom here, you can see he cleared my Shakti clones, but he has not attempted my Padme or my Nuke squad. I don't know if that means he's done or if he's waiting to see how I do on my attacks. So let's look at what he set for me. He has a First Order team up here, and interesting on his roster. In fact, let's go back and look at his roster first. So in his roster, you can see he has a few different characters here, like First Order Stormtrooper and Kylo Ren Unmasked, that are G13 but don't have any relic numbers. Like, they're not relic 2 or 3 or 4, they're just G13. And pretty much what I can see by looking at his roster, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing, is that he's got a good Padme squad. he's got some a decent Darth Revan squad as well. And then he's got a whole lot of Gear 12, so clones and Empire. He's got all the normal standard teams, but you can see he doesn't have a Relic Grievous, so I don't need to be worried about that. And interesting, if you look at his Night Sisters, he doesn't have a geared up zombie. So that's strange to me that you have Night Sisters, but you don't have a zombie. So that does make things a little different. I was expecting him, based on his GA history, to save a lot of these best squads, but I did plan just in case. The only two that are worrying to me are the Padme or the Darth Revan, so I did keep a couple teams that I knew I could beat those with, and we'll see if he put them in the back. He did not put either one of those in the front. So up top, he's got this First Order squad. I plan to use JTR on that. He's got these bugs. His brood is Relic 3. I plan on taking Traya there. He's got a Bosk bounty hunters. I plan to use my Geos on them. And then this Phoenix squad. And I plan to take Wampa, but I'm not going to go solo. I'm going to go Wampa with Hoda and maybe Kira on that. So that's the plan on there. I'm always underestimating Phoenix, but we'll see if I get bit by it today. And then down here he's got Karth, but he doesn't have Mission Zalbar. It's Karth with Juhani and Canderous, so I'm not sure how hard that's going to be. He does have a good clone group here of Rex and Fives and Echo, and they all have their Zetas. So that is going to be potentially difficult. I plan to take CLS there. And then he's got this Night Sister team, but again, there's no zombie. So it's Asajj, Talzin, and Daka. And so my initial thought is that I'm going to do Bosk there. But you know what? Let's take a second and just check their speeds, because maybe I'll try Troopers. 205, it's got 90,000 health. But this Talzin, yeah, look at this, only 170 and not even 40,000 health. Daka also only about 43. So I'm thinking I might try and Trooper this and take out Talzin fast, and that allows me to save my Bosk team for a different squad. Now it could be just a complete failure, but honestly my Troopers are going to need a pretty weak team to get through them anyway. I wasn't planning to use them on any of these other squads, I don't think, unless there's 52. Juhani doesn't start with an Autoton, but look at that, she's like beefy. 100,000. And Canderous 50. So maybe it's smarter to take my Troopers against Karth. My initial thought was just taking Malik solo here, but if I take Malik solo, then I am breaking up my Darth Revan squad. In case there is Padme or his Darth Revan, that makes it a little weaker. I still have Darth Revan and Basilisk Fallen and HK, so I can still run that team as a Darth Revan squad. It's just obviously stronger if I have Malik in the bunch. So the question is, do I want to take Troopers for either? Why don't we start with CLS first, because I know I'm going to take them against these clones. Now, I've seen other people do this where they've actually just taken out Rex first, let Fives sacrifice, and do super clones, and I've thought about that, but I think I'm just going to go for Fives, because he's not that crazy beefy. And I think my CLS squad can just tear through these guys regardless. So I'll try and get Fives out of there, and Rex out of there, and Echo. Okay, so that was simple enough with CLS. No worries. And didn't have to worry about like making super clones. I can see if the clones are really high relic, how the strategy of just taking out the squishiest clone first would be a good one, but yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it was necessary with just G12s. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Bosk here. I just worry with my clone. It's not a full trooper squad, you know, so I did save Django because I love the Fett father-son duo here of being able to attack wherever, whenever. And I'm not even really worried about having to get up his taunt right away. We're just going to go ahead and see if we can't take these guys down as quick as possible. I guess I'm a little worried about, I mean, I've got stunned twice right off the bat. That's not good. Asajj is the only true problem here. But because it's Django and Boba Fett, they can't revive anyway. So now it's just a matter of seeing if I can get Asajj down. I think I'm going to go for the stun here on Asajj. And take Daka out. And see if I can get back any of my health or protection on Boba. And it looks like this is going to go fine. Oh, that's a bummer. Lost protection there at the end. So 52, got a little dicey there for a little bit. But in the end, Bosk and the Fets overcome. Okay, well, because it's not Mission and Zalbar, I think I am going to risk using my troopers here. I don't think... I may not get through it, honestly. But if I can save having to waste Malak on these guys, then I think that's a win. And if it fails, I'll just bring Malak in anyway. So that's, yeah, it's not a big deal. I am going to go after Karth first. Johnny will take a couple turns to get her taunt up anyway. So I think it's safe. It's just a matter of whether or not they can burn through one of my guys first or not. So there we go. There's Karth down, and now shift to Canderous, and it's going to take me a little bit to get through Johnny, but she doesn't do much damage, so I'm not worried from that point of view. Just whether or not I can burn through it without having Death Trooper, where you have death on a 5-man, to not have Death Mark makes that go slower, but still 53 is fantastic, and happy with that. Okay, so let's look at what he kept in the back. Now, if his JAC history is any indication, he's probably going to put junk in the back, but I am prepared in case he puts something better. So, Wedge and Biggs and Han and Akira Nest, and so he's got the one Shaak Ti clones team that looks pretty good, and beyond that, he's got a lot of junk. So I'm going to go ahead and take a second to formulate my plans and rearrange my teams, and then I'll be back. All right, so I'm back and I have a plan, and I didn't really change much of my plans. So I'm just going to go ahead and go after these first order, and I'm still going to just bring my normal JTR counter. And I think it's going to be a little, hopefully, easier, even because they don't have OG Kylo or Executioner. Although I do have 2 taunts to get through, so I'm going to see if I can get through the officer as fast as I can. And I didn't, but that's okay. Again, I don't think any of these characters are really going to hurt me much. And I'll be able to wave off there. Now we got the 2-turn stun on BB-8 there, which is a bummer, and now I'm stuck behind crew, but just getting the damage immunity off, or healing immunity rather, on crew makes such a big difference in being able to take him down. And you can already see that I can wait on my wave. I've already almost got my Illuminate Destiny up. So just gonna chug along, and you know what? Crew is so close to being dead already. We'll just finish him off, and then we'll take off Stormtrooper. So now it's just a matter of making sure I stay at full health and protection, which shouldn't be an issue. Hopefully get a stun off here maybe. Nope. Just continue to reduce that guy's cooldowns, and there it goes. So perfect 64. I love how JTR is like the perfect counter to crew. Somehow poetic there. Next, we're gonna go after these bugs, and I'm gonna bring in my full Traya squad. Even Nihilus can stay, because even though he put Nest on defense, it's only a gear 9 Nest, so I'm not worried about taking that out. And let's see if I can reduce some cooldowns and take some heat off Traya, because Traya's getting worked. All right, there we go. And we'll isolate the brute. And let's see if I can take out Poggle. Nope. Spy tried a big hit there, but couldn't take down Traya, which is nice. Well, let's get Alpha out. And tried it again to no avail. Yeah, having the relic brood alpha is great, because it makes your brood also relict, but not having any relics on Spy just means he's not going to hit very hard. So that went about what I expected. Never really expect to get a ton of banners from against the Geos, but expected to win. Now it's his bounty hunters, so I will take my Geos. And you can see my Geos are still not as high up as I'd like them. We'll go after Boba first. And probably get stuck here behind Bosk in a second, and that will be fine. Already got Boba down once. Unfortunately, ability blocks on everybody. So just basicking Bosk to death. But this Bosk isn't that beefy, he's only a gear 12 as well. And there we go. We're going to switch back to Boba. Take him down before he somehow gets a lucky shot off. And I'm going to heal up, clear all these debuffs. I don't want Boba to get his whatever you call it back, where he gets a revive. So we'll take him out and take Bosk out. And Dengar. Looks like everybody's full, so a nice 54. I love Geos against Bosk bounty hunters. Alright, so here's where I'm going to underestimate this Phoenix squad, but I don't feel crazy bad about it, because it doesn't have my nemesis, which is Zam. So I'm going to put my really weak Kira. She's going to die, and that's a bummer, but it's okay. And then we'll put Hoda in there with them. Oh my gosh, and I put Nest in instead of Wampa. What am I doing? That's okay. I have confidence that Nest can beat this group as well, but that was stupid. That's what happens when you go fast, I guess. Okay, well, at least Nest has the mass daze so that he stops the counterattacks from happening for a bit. But this is not what I intended or wanted or expected. In the end, I think it's going to be fine. My Nest is pretty beefy, and other than Ezra, they don't really have a lot of damage, so yeah, it's going to be fine. But I really did intend to take Wampa here. So, oh well. Live and learn. There we go. So 51, pretty terrible. Yeah. All right. What did he leave me for ships? I expect him to keep his negotiator, yeah, and put just some garbage. So Thrawn and some stuff. And I'm gonna go ahead and let's just do this now. Take my own negotiator fleet in. And here, you know, I'm gonna go for the silencer first. He's obviously their biggest thing. He didn't even get the stun off, which is nice. Let's go for the ability, the buff block, and didn't get it. That's a bummer. So now I'm kind of behind the gun, but it's okay. I'm gonna heal up here. And get them all dazed. But I don't see anybody with AoE over there, so I think Ahsoka's safe. We'll bring in Plo to heal anyway and get some turn meter back. Work on Hound's Tooth and clear that buff. And then I really think Silencer is the only threat here, so we'll try and take him out first. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put our unending loyalty whatever on there. So that's done, and let's go after Ty. Let's go ahead and put bombs on him. There we go. And let's go with Anakin's hit here. Take out Hound's Tooth. And we're done. So 61, it's about as good as I get on Negotiator because I only have him at 5 stars. So lose a couple banners every time for that. Makes me wonder if I should have taken my home one. Oh, Rhodium. There we go. All right, so we just have the back here, and we're gonna, the only hard team here is this Shock. We're gonna go ahead and split off Malik by themselves, and we'll bring in these guys. So we'll fear everybody, and I'm just gonna hit the Shock with a basic and grenade them all. And some lightning, and then some of that, and they're dead. So that's nice and quick and easy. You know, before this battle, I actually had thought about making my defense a little harder, and I pivoted. I decided I was gonna hold back at least one team that I was thinking just in case he switched up his defenses and kept something hard. But in the end, it turned out I didn't need to. I actually had kept, I had originally planned to put my Jedi Knight Revan on defense, but in the end decided I would pull him back for offense just in case he put like his Padme or his Grievous on defense, that I would have him there to take care of him. But in the end, turns out it didn't matter. A nice 56 there from my solo Malik. Against his nest, I will take said JKR team. These guys are all pretty low. Gear 9 Kira, a Gear 9 Ness, and a Gear 11 IG. I'm going to leave Jolie, and we'll go undersize. We'll just go with Jedi Knight Revan and Yoda. And I'm just going to focus down on Ness there, and I think I should be able to get him out. There we go. And I'm not worried about Kira's damage. And we'll get that done. And nice 55 from JKR minus Bastila, or rather Jolie. And we are left with this Zam team. And Zam and Greedo both have good old thermals, so I'm gonna go Palpatine with Vader and Thrawn. I'm gonna fracture Greedo off the bat, and then see if I can't get stuns off on everybody else. Get the Terminator train going. And yeah, good. That worked out well. Got the stun on CAD. And give it back over to Palp. I'll take out Greedo. And stun again? Nope. Let's see if we can get him before he takes a turn there. Fracture, yes. Throw the saber. Game over. So that team is done. Another 54. I am finished, and I ended up with a nice score of 2470. Not quite my highest, but pretty darn close to my highest score for 3v3s. My lowest score tonight was a 51 with that Traya squad and a 51 with my nest that should have been Wampa. Otherwise, a lot of good scores for me. I'm curious if he's going to come back to attack. I'm guessing he won't, based on the fact that even if he does, he can't win. So, thank you, Shervin Mustaferche, for the battle. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and I will see you next time.